guys ready?
What's the plan, Bobby?
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always wing it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready? Here we go.
What's good, everybody? Welcome into the OG NBA betting show. Got my guy Babano, got Dutchie with me, and missing in action today, our guy WAM. So we'll see if he joins throughout the show. But it's good to be back with the fellas. I'm gonna go around the horn, and I'm going to Mr. Cool Guy today. Cool guy down there. What's good, Dutchie?
Hey, cools the breeze every motherfucking day. Believe that, bro. Hey, the NBA is a hell of a drug. And you looking at the plug. Yeah, man. Hey, good to be back. Thank you to the chat for showing up and showing out as well. I mean, you know, we talked about it. I said, why not Sunday? Why not have some motherfucking fun under the sun on a Sunday? And the fellas made it happen. And, you know, I really wanted to come here and just pat my motherfucking chest out because I knew the motherfucking Pacers would show up. But, God, hey, they stole it, Skee. They went in there to Oklahoma City and got one on them boys. Didn't even play that good of basketball, but they did shoot 46% from three. We'll take that. But let's look up and down the line. Outside of Obi Toppin, nobody really had a great game. Watch out, Oklahoma City. These Indiana Pacers are for real. And if one coach wants to overthink the other coach, you ain't not going to be a step ahead of Ricky. Believe that. Rick Carlisle is the best thing we got going in the association, and he's going to prove it in this series. And, hey, Scooby motherfucking Doo. He's a bad motherfucker, man. Hey, they might come out with a new Scooby-Doo this year because of this motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, we're going to the theaters to see this boy. He's showtime. Break out the motherfucking popcorn because the bigger the moment, hey, how they going to show the fuck up? So I'm going to give Miss Flowers big-time shot. We've seen it not once, not two, but 3 motherfucking times. So, hey, get on the motherfucking bus and take the motherfucking L. Skee. We got to go, bro. It's Hallie. It maybe not tonight, but it's definitely Indiana in this series, man. They live as a motherfucker. I'm telling y'all. Hey, how them Thunder in 5 still sounding? How confident are the Thunder in 5 sounding today? Let's go, though. I'm excited for game 2. Got some props out there. Got a nice little bet on a total here. So I'm looking forward to breaking this one down. I'm telling you.
Hey, he's earned it.
Hey, I worked out. I did chest today just for this moment, baby.
I'll give him his due. Yeah, it's been an up and down season for Dutch. Give him his due here. Yeah.
For real, man. Especially in this playoffs. Yeah, David.
I ain't got nothing to say, man. What's good with you, Babano?
You said all you needed to say already about game 1 on Twitter. I know you were pissed, Skee. I know you were. About what happened there at the end. But look, it was just they had a great start. I thought they were doing the usual, you know, playing well defensively, getting everyone involved. But then all of a sudden, like I said, I did not agree with them going small in the latter part of game 1, going with Hartenstein and Holmgren not getting their opportunities and going with a small ball lineup. It killed them, really. And that's kind of what gave Indiana the opportunity. Plus, Indiana just started making threes that weren't going down early in the game. That was also a big component. They were starting to rain from outside, rain from distance. And then once that avalanche of momentum starts against you, like it did for Oklahoma City, it's hard to stop it. And when Indiana gets rolling and the confidence starts to get going for them, it's hard to stop it. We've seen it in all these comebacks that Indiana's had, the Milwaukee, the Cleveland, the New York series. When they get rolling downhill and they get on the roll and they're trimming that deficit, you can't stop it. You know, it's been almost impossible. The Knicks couldn't stop it when game 1, when Indiana came back. And Oklahoma City couldn't stop it. Yeah, they're winning in spite of that coach. This coach has a spoiled, rotten team as far as talent and roster and depth, and I find he screws it up way more than he should, Mark Daigneault. That is an absolute failure on his part to go to a small lineup in game 1 when you have a clear front court advantage in this series, in my opinion, with the likes of Holmgren and with Hartenstein, who is playing a phenomenal first half in game 1 as well. So it's a horrible loss for the Oklahoma City Thunder. But now we turn the page and we have to dissect and evaluate and prognosticate and predict how does Oklahoma City respond to that in game one. If past playoff collapses and losses have been any indication, they'll respond very well. Very well. But Indiana's a hard, tough fucking out. And they're getting 11 and a half points on the road where they've been great. So very fascinating game two. Let's break it down.
Yeah, we'll get to it. B-Man says, Scooby-Doo and the turtle. I'll never stop saying it. And, people come up to me in Westgate, and they asked me the other day, they said, but why the turtle? And I didn't even have no answer. I just started dying laughing. I forgot why even the turtle.
Oh boy, because Pops looked like a little Ninja Turtle, like a reject. look at John Halley. All right, look at his Halliburton next time you see him. Tell me about look like a little snapper turtle. That's what it is. So he's a reject Ninja Turtle. All right, but hey, get that motherfucker his flowers too, because his son is busting some ass. And Eddie Cash, that's some funny shit. Went from Luka to Don to Scooby motherfucking Doo. And I gotta look every day and say that shit, bro. And if you think I don't, I really do. But you have to accept it. And that's when you become, a better capper, man. You don't do it with your heart, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know damn well I'm Jay Buckets all the way. In New York, I had to accept shit. You gotta let if you see shit, the numbers, the eyes. Most importantly with me is the eyes. You don't cap with your heart. You got to go where the money goes, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna say one thing. I'm not gonna do a whole recap. They said enough, but I'm pretty sure I've been drunk every day since that game one. That game. No, I was drunk. No, I wasn't even really. I was drunk every day since then. I'll tell you that though.
The moment Indiana got it to within like 6 or 7 in the fourth quarter, I'm like, they're probably going to lose this game, Oklahoma City. I could start to feel it. I could start to sense it.
Tell you, man, like pressure. And in the chat, they saying a lot of them. Boban said too in the chat. A lot of them saying the coach, man. We talked about it. There are levels to it.
Yep.
And there's definitely a different level on the bench.
All right, let's get to it. Game 2 opened up 10.5 point favorites. It was 11. Now it looks like some 10.5 popping back up. I mean, anywhere between there. Total up a point to 228.5. I'm going to Babano first on this one because I want to ask you, about the total. I kind of had a plan almost, or just a way I was thinking about going with the series, and that was I thought the first game would start off lower scoring early, and I didn't want to take the over, but I thought, as they come out, they're not resting anymore. They'll start to run and make shots from the beginning. So my initial thought before the series started was to take game 2 over, but I haven't pressed confirmed yet. What do you think about this total, Babano?
Yeah, I think it's to me, you look at game 1, and I think there's a lot. First of all, the thing about game 1, and I'm going to speak with the total first since you brought it up. You look at game 1, Indiana shot 48% from the field, 46% from 3, which is actually pretty solid, but they were not shooting the ball well in the first half at all, quite honestly. So if those offensive numbers improve in the first half, there's probably even room for improvement for Indiana at the offensive end. They had 6 players in double figures: Toppin, Nembhard, Halliburton, Neesmith, Siakam, and Turner. And for Oklahoma City, there is no question they could shoot the ball better. That was not their best offensive game. I mean, Shea had 38, but and Williams had 17, Dort had 15, but the overall percentage wasn't great. 40% from the field, 37% from three-point range. They don't rely on the 3-ball, Oklahoma City, but they're still capable of shooting better than that from three-point range. Here's what killed overbettors in game 1, and this is, to me, what stands out. 13, or let me just take a look here, make sure I get this right. 24 turnovers for Indiana alone. 30 turnovers in the game. When you have 30 turnovers in the game, which is a huge amount, those are empty possessions. Those are field goal attempts that you don't have a chance to take. So when there's that many turnovers, 30, there's going to be obviously empty possessions. When there's empty possessions, there's less field goal attempts. And when there's less field goal attempts, there's less points. And it puts a game under like it did in game 1. I think when you look at game 2 tonight, that's the amazing part about Indiana winning that game. He overcame 24 turnovers. They couldn't stop turning the ball over for 3 quarters. It's amazing that they won that fucking game with 24 turnovers. I mean, it's just crazy. But they did. Now you got to think to yourself, Rick Carlisle knows. He's smart. This team knows. You know what it is? They were forcing stuff. And when you play OKC for the first time, Dutch might agree, you're not used to the active hands. They get all their hands and their body in the shooting lanes and the passing lanes, and it's just difficult to make plays in tight with the basketball. I think now Indiana realizes we just got to be smarter in what we do with the basketball and the plays that we make. So I expect that turnover number to go down significantly for Indiana here tonight in this game. So when I look at this total here, I think there's reasons to like over. I think there's times too Oklahoma City, kind of slowed things down a little bit too much. So, and when I look at Oklahoma City too off a loss, and that's what the conundrum to me is in this game. It's like, how do you go to the window and lay 11.5 points against Indiana on the road, who have a great road record, a great ATS road record in the playoffs, no question about it. But at the same time, this does feel like a blowout spot because we've seen this over and over again from the Thunder here in the postseason. The results bear it out. We saw the Oklahoma City Thunder lose to Denver in this very same situation because they blew it in the last 6-7 minutes of the fourth quarter. Game 1 at home against Denver, just like they did game 1 the other night against Indiana. And what happened in game 2 against Denver? 149 points. They won by 43, and the game flew over the total. 149 they put up on the board in that game. Game 2 against Denver at home off a game 1 home loss. Very same situation to what we see here tonight. There was the loss at Denver, game 6 of that series. They came back home. They put up 125. Game went over the total. So we've got the loss against Minnesota on the road, and they bounced back in that one and scored 128, and it went over the total as well. So the Thunder have been getting their offense going after a loss. They've been pushing the pace after a loss. I expect more of the same here tonight. I like the Thunder team total over 119.5. I like the full game over as well. Although, to be honest with you, I'm very tempted still. Those are my superior positions in this game, those two. But I'm still tempted to take plus points here with Indiana just because I think we could get 132 to 126, something like that, honestly. Or 124 to 120. I could see it because I also see that if Indiana cuts down the turnovers from 24, which they probably will, and there's room for improvement for them. They couldn't make a 3 early in the game. What if they have a 48-minute better effort shooting the 3? So there's probably pathways to points for Indiana. So primarily I'm on OKC team total over 228 for the game. But I'm also going to dabble in that plus points with Indiana because I think this could be a situation where I still am able to hit all 3. And we get Oklahoma City going over their team total, going over the full game over as well. But it's within that 10 or 11 point margin still as far as the margin of victory at the end. So I'm going to try to hit 3-0. See how it goes. And then there are some props I like quickly. Holmgren over 14.5 points, I think is a great bet because I think he's going to be finally out on the court more. He better be. Dagno can't screw that up again. It was just really that dumb. To get him out on the court, I like the Hartenstein looks, whether it's points and rebounds, double, you name it. Anything with Hartenstein makes sense. I think Shea becomes more of an assist guy tonight. So the over 7.5 assists I like. And then for Indiana, I like Obi Toppin over points and rebounds because I think Indiana's got an advantage with him, and they exploited it. And I don't think Rick Carlisle is going to go to it because it worked with Obi Toppin in game 1. So him over points and rebounds I like. And Siakam individually over points and over rebounds. He had a very good game 1, and I think there's still some issues Oklahoma City has with him in this particular series. So there you go. Sides, totals, player props that I'll be on.
A lot of good stuff there from Babano. And, man, I'm kind of in agreement with that total, team total, all that good stuff. Dutchie, you had the right side in game 1. How do you see game 2?
Yeah, man. Big shout out to Nasty Nate, Mr. Pre-Roll in the building. Good to see you, my man. Saturated. OG Stacks in the building. Justin, I see you, my dude. B-Man 702 holding us down. Star Child took the Pacers money line. DM me that shit. That's lovely, bro. Lovely. RP. Good to see all the real ones holding us down on the Skrilla on the Sunday.
Shout out Peasy too on the dono.
Oh yeah. See, that was at the beginning. PZ.
My internet was tripping. My fault.
Hey, giving us the love. We appreciate you, my dude. We appreciate you with the $5 dono. I got 5 on it. Yeah, man. Let's go. Let's continue off of where Bono was just at the props. And I tweeted this out very early today because I'm just ready. I'm just fucking ready. Hardenstein over 10.5, over 7.5 rebounds at plus 110. It's good money, man. I mean, Bono likes it. We see the chat on it. See some sharp guys like Saturated. Marquell, I seen him liking the double-double. I think Hardenstein disrespected game 1, bro. What the fuck, man? I don't understand this Case and Wallace shit. Overthinking it, trying to be a step ahead of the curve. Must have fucking got some shit. Must have AI'd that shit or something because it made absolutely no fucking sense. And you seen what happened. The boy played 4 minutes and had the worst plus minus on the court at minus 13. Hardenstein played 17 minutes, had 9 points, 9 rebounds, and was plus. Get this boy 34 minutes, please. Now he only played 14 minutes in the regular season against him, had 5 rebounds, did play 34 minutes in the first game of the season and had 13 total rebounds. So I expect double-digit rebounds from Hardenstein. I'm not mad at the points as well. Go back to what got you there, bro. I mean, get back to what got you there. And if you got to make changes after that, then you make them. But you don't go in making changes when the shit ain't broke. I don't fucking get it. So I expect big things from and a chip. And the chip always plays with a heart. This dude was in the fucking G League. Hardenstein, easy money tonight. And then I'm on a prop. Hallie over 4.5 rebounds. Been really got this 3 of that last 4, 2 double digits in 2 of them. Didn't hit it in the Knicks game where he kind of just didn't show up in that game 5. But he's rebounded, man. He's rebounding over 4.5. It's minus 150. So I parlayed it right because I did have it as just a single bet last game 1. But tonight we're gonna parlay it with Shea over 1.5 threes, which is also minus 160 if you shop around. But he's went over this in 3 straight. He's got to hit the threes. When you look at Lou Dort was shooting lights the fuck out in game 1. That ain't going to happen again, in my opinion. Shea's the best option for the 3-point line. He is going to get you fucking every time he sees these boys, he's dropping 35 plus. He's getting 2 threes tonight. Plus 170, little 2-piece for y'all in the player props. This is the cream of the props right there, baby. Cream of the motherfucking props. And I love Obi Toppin. Bobano touched on it. Obano and a lot of people in the chat have really talked about Obi Toppin. I mean, he's killing it, bro. He's really killing it. The numbers are pretty fucking impressive. Playing with a chip, playing with confidence. And he's going to get the minutes tonight, obviously. So now, from a side perspective, ain't no fucking way I'm laying 11. I'm not weighing 4.5. I went in this game thinking 4.5 or thinking first quarter, first half, Oklahoma City Thunder, auto bet. I look at 4.5, 7.5, the books know, all right? And I think a lot of people are going to the window, taking the 10, taking the 10.5. The average person like, damn, Indiana getting it again? I don't know about tonight, but ain't no way I'm laying the points. I'll just be quite honest with you. But I don't like what I've heard from both of my guys because I'm on the team total under for the Indiana Pacers tonight, 108.5. I think this is the best bet on the board. I like it a lot. I do like those 2 props that I parlayed a lot, but there's juicy. So, so parlay it is what it is. But I like this team total, man. They, Oklahoma City off the loss has held their team to under 100 2 out of the last 3 times in the playoffs here outside of Minnesota. Minnesota, after they beat them, they kind of gave up. They still win though, right? So they are bet on after the loss, but they lock in defensively. And I do not think Indiana Pacers are going to shoot 47% from the fucking field. I think we're going to see a little bit more of that first half vibe. These boys are going to lock the fuck in. Oklahoma City, they ain't got shit to do. Believe me, they're going to show up and show the fuck out in Sunday in this arena in Oklahoma. It's going to be loud. Indiana did what they had to do is go in there and get one. I think they have a hard time breaking 100 tonight. I really do. I think all these boys have trouble tonight. I think Siakam has trouble. I think we see more Caruso, more Hardenstein, and then Wallace will get more comfortable going into his role coming off the bench. Probably will look a lot better as well. They got outscored by 11 points from the bench from Indiana. Not tonight. I think the bench plays big for the Thunder, and defensively with Hardenstein and Holmgren in there, they're going to look like a completely different team than we've seen in game 1, especially in that second half, because they did have 66 points against Indiana in the second, or Indiana had in the second half. A little bit more of the first half where they only had 50. And another thing is I talked about the point guard situation here. They have to distribute the ball better. They had 13 assists, guys, in game 1. 13 fucking assists. I mean, Hallie could do that goddamn by himself, damn near. You got to have more distributing the ball. So Shea's got to do what he's got to do. J-Dubs, whatever it is, need more passing. You can't have fucking 13 assists in a whole game. You need that in a half. Only 6 turnovers. We'll look to continue off of that. But 13 assists, where the fuck they do that at? Thunder should win this game. I will not lay 11, but they will show up defensively. And Indiana will not break 108.5. Team total under. It's good money.
I'm glad you mentioned Alex Caruso, Dutch, because there was one prop I forgot to mention, and I think it's a good one too. It's him over 8.5 points. Alex Caruso. He's hit that in 8 of the last 10 playoff games. People are sleeping on his offense and his ability to hit the 3-point shot. He's been doing that throughout this series. So I like Caruso over 8.5 points. So, and he's been obviously terrific in this series. Now, you mentioned, Dutch, you didn't love hearing that we like the over, Skee and I. Well, I'll point out game 2 against Denver. The team total tonight for Indiana is 108.5. You like it under. Game 2 against Denver. OKC was off that same loss they had against Denver game 1, which was so similar to the way they lost game 1 the other night against Indiana. The final score of that game was 149-106 for Oklahoma City. So the game went over the total. The Oklahoma City team total over cashed. And if you bet Denver team total under in that game 2, you would have cashed that as well. So there is a way, Dutch, that we can all be happy tonight. Even
Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Total under.
Can you guys see the mouse on the screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the game Babano's talking about down here. Thunder and
we can all be
Nuggets.
happy if we get something like that tonight.
Yeah, and I was just gonna point out, like, these 3 games off of a loss for the Thunder in the playoffs, they've gone. You can see right here, they've gone over their team total.
Yeah.
They've gone over their team total 3 out of 4 times. They've held their opponent under their team total 3 out of 4 times. But somehow the ATS is 2-2. So
Right.
I think that's interesting. So yeah, your team total under could win, and team total over for OKC could. I mean, it could win too. I can see a lot of different ways the Thunder win this game, whether it's defensively, offensively.
That game that stayed under, there was that one just weird game it was. I remember it, that 92-87 game, that one game that did stay under for the Thunder after a loss. That was an afternoon game. It was like nobody made a shot in the first quarter. It was a weird start time. And I think maybe that had some impact. The games at night, 3-0 for the overs for team totals for OKC off a loss. Yep.
One thing they mentioned too, or I forget which player it was, but I think it might have been J-Dub. But anyway, one of them said that they kind of started to play slower and like they need to match the pace of Indiana is kind of what they were getting to. So I do think that bodes well for OKC team total over. Not so much for Pacers team total, but still, they're still good enough defense to hold them down, just like they did in that Denver game Babano talked about.
I mean, go ahead, my bad.
I've had trouble with this game. I think a lot of different. Like I think it's a trifecta spot. You talked about the 4.5 number, but man, I remember that Denver game. They were about 20 after the first quarter. It didn't even it didn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I think we could have a game like that tonight. The Pacers have been slow starters a lot. I mean, first quarter, first half, I think is juiced for a reason, but I still think they're winners. I like too much, and I don't want to bet it all. I'm gonna take my.
I really like the props tonight. I got to admit, I'm not the biggest prop player throughout the season, but I've been betting more props in the playoffs. I like a lot of these props tonight that I mentioned. So let's hope for some winners.
Yeah, me too. I just gotta say this: the edge to me, watching Game 1 and listening to you guys break down a lot about Game 1, because everyone, was against me. I was like, fuck, I got like how good is this defense? To me, the clear edge for Oklahoma City is the defense. So they got to take advantage of it. They got to play Crusoe more, take advantage of it. Lou Dort Crusoe out there is a problem. And then you got Chet Holmgren Hartenstein. That's a lot of size. I mean, make the adjustments. But defensively is where OKC should win these games, in my opinion, especially tonight. So, I mean, could they still be impressively defensively at times and give up 110, I guess? Yeah, it could happen. But I think it's gonna be a dominant defensive performance by the Thunder tonight.
Yeah, Justin McKelvey, to his point, he got laughed at for Pacers plus 2.5 in the series. I took over 5.5 games in the series, and people thought, come on, OKC's just going to dust him. Well, I feel a lot better now after Indiana won game 1 that this series goes at least 6.
I mean, I never thought the Pacers couldn't be competitive in the series.
Yeah.
I just didn't think they would do it in game 1.
Yeah.
So, I think that's it for this, man. I'm all over the place. I gotta make some decisions, but I know my guys have plays that they love. So we'll move it on over to best bets. And first batter up, Babano. Let them know how to get to the window.
Yeah, it's going to be the Oklahoma City team total over 119.5. I would say if it's probably the opinion of the bunch that I like the most. We rhymed off all the numbers, off a loss, other than the one game, which was an afternoon game in Denver. Other than that, they've just been monster offensive outbursts off a defeat here in the playoffs for the Thunder. I would expect more of the same here tonight. So, Thunder team total over 119.5 for best bet.
Good stuff from Babano. And I can't tell you guys to bet something I haven't bet. All I can say is my money is going on the Thunder in some way, shape, or form, whether it's full game, whether it's a team total over. I'm betting on Thunder some way, shape, or form. So what I'll give you guys is a game that starts in 20 minutes, Minnesota, Dallas. It dropped because Page went out. I still don't think it matters. Over best you can get is 166.5. I'll try to give you guys some money today still. That's my best bet. And last but not least, Dutchie. Let them know what the freshest look of the day is and take us home.
Yeah, man. It's a team total motherfucking theme here on the OG Crew Show. Indiana Pacers team total under 108.5. It's good money, man. It's good money. Oklahoma City Thunder, they lock them the fuck down. Break out the cuffs. They're going to lock them down. Believe it. Let's go. Everyone in the chat, it's really good to see you all on a Sunday. We, appreciate you guys showing up on a special edition. And we should be back. I don't know when the fucking next game is, so maybe Tuesday. But Joshua Alexander, RP, our guy Frank Natty, B-Man, Justin McKelvey, all the real ones. Be sure to like, subscribe, share the motherfucking video. Now stay fresh, stay blessed, and let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.
You guys ready?
It's the plan, Bobby.
We're winging it, Jerry.
You always winged it.
We're gonna get killed. What you mean, we, white boy? You ready?